everyone, it's Janet. Let's tip this up so you're not seeing just the hairs on my chin. I want to welcome you back to our 5th video of the day. It is 5 o'clock, and what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at Stampin' Up's new 2024-26 in colors. Stampin' Up's color program revolves around 2 sets of in colors. Each one is in for 2 years and they overlap. So we have colors that were introduced in 2023 that will retire in 2025. These ones were just introduced this year, will retire in 2026. And every year a set of in colors, 5 in colors retire, new colors come in. In addition, we have 4 core color families. We have our neutrals, we have our brights, we have our so we have our neutrals, our brights, our subtles, and our regals. One of the things that I love about Stampin' Up's colors is their color coordination. You don't just have cardstock in that color. You're going to find that you have ink pads. You're going to have what's called Stampin' Write markers that are dual tipped. You will have Stampin' blends, not necessarily for all colors, but for almost all colors. At different times, you're going to have designer papers with those colors incorporated into them, ribbons and embellishments, specialty papers, all kinds of fun stuff, which literally makes it really easy to create a really beautiful, polished, professional looking project without having to search all over the internet and hope that the items match, run all over town to big box crafting stores and hope that colors match. On the internet, when you're shopping online, just put in color, put in ink, put in ink refills, markers, all of those kinds of things. Put in the name of the color, it will start to show up. Something fun in this year's catalog is a little bit of color theory, and then you're going to have a little bit of our color collections. It will show you everything that is available in that color. So let's take a look at the 5 new colors that we just welcomed to the Stampin' Up family. We have our Pretty in Pink, we have our Shy Shamrock, we have our Peach Pie, we have Petunia Pop, and we have Summer Splash. Those are the 5 colors that were introduced and will be with us for 2 years. Stampin' Up's ink pads, if you've seen me working with them, they are raised up outside of the case, making it much easier to stamp without catching the edges of your ink pad. In addition, the way our cases work, when you open them and shut them, it flips the pad upside down, keeping the ink at the surface and keeping the pad inked that much longer. There are refills for the ink pads, and I always recommend that you scoop up the refill the same time that you buy the ink pad. There's nothing worse than your pad going dry on you, which will take quite a long time, but usually it happens about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and you want that refill now. You don't want to order it and then wait on it to be shipped to you. And then there's also a lot of fun techniques that you can do. So you have your ink pads, and I'm just showing you all of the products in this current line of our new in colors. These are the Stampin' Write markers that I talked about that are dual tip. You have a brush tip, which is great for coloring broad items. You saw me use that broad tip on the thank you stamp in our earlier video today. And then it has a 0.5 millimeter point. This is great for signing and making, a message in the color that coordinates with whatever you've stamped on it. It's great for doodling and journaling, so lots of fun stuff there. So you have your Stampin' Write markers. In this case, we have light and dark blends for all of the 5 colors. These are your alcohol-based markers, and again, they are dual tipped. You are going to have a brush tip. These ones are water-based, so you're going to use them on card making. You can color direct to your stamps. But again, if you wanted to do, for example, like ceramics or glass or something, you're going to want the blends. The blends also, because they're alcohol-based, they give way to their name. They blend really, really nice. And again, they're sold in that set of light and dark. But you have that brush tip for coloring bigger surfaces. And then you have that nice rounded point for getting into those tiny little areas. So you're going to have your Stampin' Blends. Something else in the color family is that you have this beautiful stitched ribbon. So you're going to have that real coordinated look, and these just look like sorbets to me, or gelatos. I just want to eat them. But you're going to have all of that stitched ribbon. The ribbon is so great that Teague actually started eating them. Thankfully, he didn't get to the ribbon. He just got to the cardboard. But boy, that boy likes the cardboard. The other thing is we have some coordinating embellishments. These are matte and they're flat. These are faceted and slightly raised, but they are all self-adhesive, so we have those. We have a 6x6 pack of designer paper, and I'm not showing you the full pack. I'm just going to show you the sample of the paper. You're going to get multiple sheets in that 6x6 pack, but you have the prints here on the front. So, and then the prints here on the back. Look how beautiful those prints are, okay? Then you have cardstock, and we have 8.5 by 11 and 12 by 12 cardstock. This cardstock is dyed the whole way through, so you're gonna have that nice, rich, solid color. So again, 8.5 by 11, it is acid-free and lignin-free for those of you that like to scrapbook. We have, look at this fun paper. We have this beautiful glimmery paper. I know that the lights are picking it up. I can see that online in 12 by 12 in the in colors, and it's always fun to add a bit of sparkle to your project. So we have the glimmer paper. Then in a suite I haven't showcased for you yet, but I will be showcasing for you our Unbounded Beauty. That suite features in color products. And here you can see designer paper that was indeed designed with the new in colors in mind. And this is what I mean by Stampin' Up's color coordination. I mean, look at that. Look how just, you know, polished that looks. It's absolutely amazing. And so in this suite of products, you're gonna have this beautiful 12 by 12 designer paper, and it is double-sided. So some of this you actually saw in use today when I made a lolly, and you're going to see some samples in just a minute featuring that. Then something else that there are these memory and more cards. They're 4x6 and 4x3. They're perfect for our pocket scrapbook protectors. Those of you that do pocket scrapbooking, they're absolutely perfect for really quick and easy cards as well. They're great for little enclosures inside of cards and gifts. Lots of different ways to use them. And they're going to be double-sided because they're also intended for scrapbooking. Some of the sides are going to have, for example, today was a good day, okay? That might not be something that you use on a card, but you might use if you are scrapbooking. But then the other side can be used for tags, for cards, or anything like that. So you're never going to have a card that has a scrapbooking feel to it, if that makes sense, on both sides, okay? So you're going to have some choices. Thank you so very much. You're great one. You've got room to put stamps and do some layering. If I was to flip these over, I love us, hooray, hello. So you can see all of that coordination. One other thing, so this is basically color combinations. If you visit my blog, www.remarkablycreated.com, I have the PDFs of these color combinations that you can download. What I did was I downloaded the PDF myself, and then I printed it on our basic white cardstock, cut them apart, and put them on this little split ring. And then I put them on the ring alphabetically, because that's how I would look for the color, is alphabetically. But let's just take, for example, our Pretty in Pink. One of the nice things is, even though these colors all work really, really well together, they also work so well with so many of the other colors in the Stampin' Up! Color family. This color combination, Pretty in Pink, Blackberry Bliss, and Smoky Slate, is very, very striking. So you're going to have some of that fun when we look at, keep going, Janet, shoot. Summer Splash. You're gonna see, now I used it today. I like Summer Splash and Old Olive. These are just suggestions. These aren't every possible combination, but it gives you an idea of just how well the colors work together. Here, Summer Splash, Crumb Cake, Pretty, and Peacock makes for a really pretty kind of sea feel, a beachy vibe going on there. Here you've got kind of the Pretty and Pink tamping down the brightness of the Mellow Moss, and the Summer Splash giving you a cool look. This color combination is very striking, the Calypso soft stuff. So again, if you're looking for color combination ideas, this is the PDF to create your own version of this is on my blog. So let's take a look at some samples that feature these colors. Some of them you have seen before if you have been on my blog. So, or on my Facebook page. So we're back to our sweet little shopping cart, and we created 5 different packages featuring those in colors. We've got some of our really pretty wood grain from our Country Woods suite, and of course shopping is always a good idea. But I'll tell you what's a better idea than this. Before I finish with the rest of the samples. Right now, if you get a demonstrator starter kit, in addition to $125 of product that you pick that you want to use and create with, Stampin' Up! Is going to give you all 5 of the ink pads that I just showed you. So all 5 of the ink pads. You're going to get all 5 of the markers. You're going to get a pack of that pretty printed paper that I showed you, the 6x6 paper. And you're going to get an assortment of cardstock. This is an $82 value. So for $99, you can get $207 worth of product and also enjoy free shipping on that. And you can also enjoy future 20% discounts on orders shopping from yourself. If that's something that interests you, make sure you reach out to me with any questions that you have about it. It is a no risk, it is no obligation just to get the kit and the deal, but it opens the door to so many possibilities and lots of fun and exclusive demonstrator communities. So there's our shopping, and I showed you a great way to shop. You saw this one in the previous video highlighting Summer Splash. This uses some of the paper that you saw, as well as this is one of the 4x3 cards. And then here's some of the pretty paper cut down so you can see how well it all mixes and matches. The Memories and More, the designer papers, and then this is a die cut. Real quick and easy card, just showing you again how fast and easy you can turn those into fun cards real fast. You saw this one in our very first video this morning, stamping all 5 of the colors. And I love that they work really, really well together. That's a lot of fun. You saw this one as well in one of our morning videos. And sometimes what changes the look is whether you apply the ink directly, whether the ink in this case is a wash, whether you're using markers or blends, and also the cardstock, whether you're using white, vanilla, or beige, whether you are washing over top of embossing, doing a resist. Lots of different ways will change the shading. You can also stamp off, get some of the ink off your stamp and stamp for a lighter effect too. So lots of ways to get more looks out of your ink. Here, this is a real fun fold, simple and easy. Again, showcasing the pretty papers and the coordinating cardstock, as well as some fun sequins on that one. Then you saw our little sweet lolly that we did with some of that designer paper that has the colors in it. This one here shows you all the different patterns. We've got some fun circles and just some die cuts and the word celebrate. Added just a pop of black gingham just to make everything jump out. Then this one you saw this morning as well with that same concept, adding just a little bit of black contrast to the softer colors just for that vividness. This was the tab punch, the new tab punch that we showcased this morning. And you'll see these are from the Full of Life suite that we have not showcased yet. And then just some fun little rings, our cute little critter with his sweet pink cheeks. And of course, he's also celebrating the best day ever lots of little flowers. So lots of fun stuff, guys, that you can do with these in colors. If you have a favorite of these new in colors, whether it's Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, give it some love and give it a shout out. My favorite is Petunia Pop, followed by Summer Splash. I love all of them, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Petunia Pop. I tend to gravitate to that quite a bit, and I'm not really what I would call a pink girl other than I love flamingo, so maybe that's why I'm drawn to these colors.